Hi everyone, it's me Leslie here with another video. Thank you so much for watching my video and thank you so much for subscribing. Today I'm going to do a quick story time number 9, about a lady that I recently met. I was picking up some photographs for my mom's birthday, which was this past Saturday. My mom had a birthday and my beautiful daughter and I, we had the opportunity to go visit her and my father, and we got to spend some time together. But anyway, I went up to this store to pick up some photos to give to my mom, and so I could put one in a frame for her gift. And I met this lady who was the cashier there, and I had complimented her on her name. She had this really cool name, I thought. And so I just said, hey, your name is really cool. I love your name. It's beautiful. And she said, thanks. And I said, you probably hear that all the time, don't you? And she said, yeah, I actually do. I hear it all the time. She said, but also on the opposite end of that is people will come inside the store and see my name tag and tell me that I have a boy's name and my name is for a man. And she told me that she'll say, but I'm a woman, so that your logic doesn't make sense, because if it were for a man, why do I have it and I'm a woman? And it made me chuckle a little bit, because we started having a nice little dialogue, and she was saying how sometimes people will come in the store and compliment her, but on the other side, people will come in the store and criticize her. And I said, well, don't these people remember that in school we're taught if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And so we laughed about that. And then she was also telling me that before she had to wear a mask for COVID, she wasn't wearing a mask, and she actually has like some hair on her chin and a unibrow. And I was like, yeah, unibrows in a lot of different cultures are seen as a sign of beauty. And she's like, I know, and people will come in and talk about my the hair on my chin, and I'll just tell them to mind their own business. And so I'm telling this story because I was just like, yeah, sometimes, especially now that it's summertime, I go out and I'm wearing like a dress or a skirt or something like that, and I stopped shaving a few years ago. And I said, sometimes I still feel uncomfortable not shaving because society says that women have to be like a certain way. And she was just like, you don't have to care about that. Just do what you want to do. And so I do it anyway, but I do feel kind of nervous still not shaving, because it's so hard to not do exactly what everybody else in society is doing, because it makes you stand out. And what that made me think about also, though, was it's the people that have gone against society that have really made impactful differences in our world. And it's the people who have stood up to the so-called status quo that have really stood out in this world. And so in this day and age, when women have like this societal pressure to be perfect, like you can't have any pimples, you can't have like any imperfections, or you can't have, your eyebrows have to be perfect, or you have to have certain type of eyelashes, or wear a certain type of makeup, and wear certain types of clothes, name brand clothes. And in that society, it's kind of hard, I think, to go against the status quo, because if you don't do what everybody says that's the thing that women should do or the thing that men should do, you're oftentimes you're ridiculed. And just talking to that woman that seemed like she was equally just trying to embrace her her natural self, just talking to her and hearing her stand up for herself and hearing her be strong, and when people would give her like negative feedback, she wouldn't just accept the negativity. She would say something like, hey, this is my body and that's your body. mind your own business. And I think so many of us, or notably myself, I think that sometimes I'm just quick to say, oh my gosh, what are these people going to think about me if I do X, Y, and Z? When in actuality, I think a lot of our journey is about standing in the face of adversity and saying, so what? So what, you're saying that you have a problem with this? Well, look the other way then. Or if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I think that that's a good, that's like a good word of wisdom, good words of wisdom, to just say, if my body and my appearance and whatever I'm doing doesn't fit the status quo, and what I think is good for myself isn't fitting into this confined little box, then, why don't you look the other way? Why don't you just, if you don't like it, just ignore it. If you don't like it, don't look at it. If you don't like it, move along. But also, if you don't like it, that doesn't give anybody the right to say a mean thing. It doesn't give anybody the right to say a hurtful thing. We are all in this journey together, all trying to work things out, all trying to become confident people, trying to understand who we really are. We're just doing the best that we can, putting one foot in front of the other, trying to figure it all out in this crazy, hectic, confusing world we all live in. And instead of being so cruel when it comes to, say, a woman or a man or whoever not fitting the status quo, not trying to fit into that little tiny box that most of us can't even imagine fitting into, we should all just kind of give each other the breathing room that we need to expand and grow, and perhaps just reach new heights with who we're trying to become as a human race. And for me, myself, trying to become a more in tune being with just my natural self, being okay with what naturally happens, the hair that naturally grows, my eyebrows, how they naturally grow, my skin, how it looks, pimples and all. And then say, hey, that's okay because I'm a human being. And we all experience this. So anyway, that's my story for today. That's it for today. And I hope there's somebody out there who needed this message and can relate to me about just kind of going against the grain and going your own path when it comes to trying to embrace yourself and your body and try to learn how to love it, and not feel so ashamed about it, just kind of doing what a body does. Anyway, thank you all for listening, and until next time, bye.